Oma de share. This is NDC 360. Me mo bibia wo hwe sa dwumadi anwumre efre chichi ne benche adwo me mo bia kwaba eba NDC 360. They said the di country mu na wotwe atwami. We adwumadi osronko kra NDC amanyoko ya hyehye. Se ye de bodawuro afa ne pa ne hyehye ye pa. Yewra John Dramani Mahama, the nation builder Owoma Omai Ghana. Haso and no crensem efa mamwo bonia ekos wo ye my Ghana mu a ede ahokyerabo mani mu no ye yini maako te se akyekede nante se ne be ya akoda kra ebetiase. This is the second edition. Your first edition no, we had Honorable Eric Puku on set and we spoke to you on NDC and you segments about the 24-hour economy. On the Moment of Truth editorial segment, so yenemu di nkomo fa the ghost non-existent Pualugu Damwa, Yoraba Womiani MPP Fuaye, Yenuano Wusrima Mentifi Bukata. We spoke about taxation and production on the Lest We Forget segment. And now we have a lot for you on this second edition. So tell a friend to tell a friend that we are live on NDC 360. Today I have a surprise for you. I'll be reading to you comments on our live stream on YouTube, Facebook, and X. My production team will be working on that. And we'll be reading some of your comments. So whilst you watch the live stream, share, like, and more importantly, comment. And make sure that the stream will go live. Now, Abusianfo, apart from your social media handles, are you streaming program live? YouTube at NDC 360 Official. Same on X, same on Facebook. Yes, also live on Onuya TV, TVXYZ, Angel TV, Wazor TV, and Loud Silence TV. Yeah, that all these stations are say Omo Efajumedi on their various Steam platforms. I'm even told that we are live on Diplomatic TV, on social media. We are live on Focus TV, also online. We are grateful. In due course, more Muslim Jumedi live in Yinano. Yeah, Bebo Mudinia recognize them. Now, what do we have for you on NDC 360 today? And then on Moment of Truth editorial, yeah, try a corruption tracker and so. And on episode 2 of the tracker, Omampenya bedi echire owu abawomiane na busuafo omoye ne Ghana. Inti potokasam yatu ni din the corrupt and nepotistic dealings of the Bawomiers. On NDC and you, we have a very fantastic policy to discuss with you. It's all about the National Women's Development Bank. Into what to say Ramahama National Women's Development Bank was them. Now I have the experts for you today on this show. Now, by the time I'm sure you will agree with me that indeed the NDC doesn't only have the men, but we also have the women. And finally, unless we forget, John Dramani Mahama, the legacy. And today we are looking at part 1 of his legacy on the aviation sector. FR Airports will bring you all these issues. So I want to remind you, NDC 360 page, on Facebook, on YouTube, on X. We are live on Onuya TV. We are live on TVXYZ, Angel TV, Wazor TV, Loud Silence TV, Diplomatic TV, and NDC 360. And you will not be disappointed. Baby, I dream. I'm going to say you call for the recap. Munim say in chair cry. You are John Dramani Mahama, Obontwa Fagana Fanenina, in what we call the Building Ghana tour. Okopiem with Sema Mentifi Tamale. At a town hall meeting, or the same here be to dra. Shewe mame, yeba, yebetwa, jumedi so.
And let me put this thing to rest once and for all. They always talk about the mess John Mahama left us, the economic mess he left us. I mean, let's just go down a comparison lane. When I left office, the debt to GDP was 57%. Today, the debt to GDP is more than 100%. It means if you take all Ghana's GDP and you turn it into money, you use it to pay all our debts, and you still owe 3%. Our debt to GDP was 57%. And the optimum GDP for middle-income countries that is recommended by the IMF is 60%. So we're even under the recommended debt to GDP. When we left office, the budget deficit was 6.6%. Today, the budget deficit, it even went to 15%. It has now started dropping. When we left office, inflation was 15.5%. Inflation under this government went to 54%, and is only now dropping. It's about 30%. When we left office, cocoa production was 960,000 metric tons. And we went for syndication loan of $1.8 billion, brought $1.8 billion into this country. Today, cocoa production is under 500,000 tons. And when they went for syndication, they got only $800 million. At 8%, we got 1.8 billion at 2%. And so what are you talking about? You can't compare the economy under us. When we left office, we gave you 2 new oil fields. All the work that we did as NDC was with one oil field, the Jubilee field. We worked and brought the 10 field and the Sankofa field into production. And so it made oil revenues triple. When we left office, we had solved Dumso. We bought enough generation. We established ESLA to pay the legacy debt. Today, Dumso is back. You can't pay the independent producers. And all of you know Dumso is back, just that they don't want to announce a timetable. Yesterday when I came to Tamale, the lights were off the whole day. And so, this thing they keep saying, Mahama left a mess, we came and repaired your mess. Before I left office, the IMF said that Ghana's economy was going to grow by 8%. And it grew by 8% and more in 2017. And in 2018, it dropped. When their own policies started kicking in, you look at the GDP growth rate. From the high of 8% that they inherited from me, the next year it went to 6 point something, 5 point something, until when COVID hit, it went to 0. So that myth about you left us a mess, you left us a mess. When you came into office, the Kufuor Eurobond was left with 270 million to pay. Where did you get that money to pay? Mahama left it in the sinking fund because I knew that debt was coming up. That was visionary because I knew that if a new government came, it was going to be difficult to find 270 million at once to pay off the Kufuor Eurobond. So we left it in the sinking fund. They came and met it. In October, they just took it and paid the Eurobond. And after that, they didn't put any money in the sinking fund again. That's why when COVID hit, we had no money to defend ourselves. I set up the stabilization fund. When COVID hit, they didn't know where to find money. We told them, go and look in the stabilization fund. I left money in there. Went and took 300 million, from the stabilization fund. I set up the Ghana Investment Infrastructure Fund, the Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund, and I put $270 million seed money in that fund. Today, that's what you are using to build your Agenda 111 hospitals. So how can I have left you a mess? They are good at propaganda, and so they just keep repeating something. Oh, we came and met your mess. We came and met your mess. In 2016, for the first time in Ghana's history, we ran the government budget without taking 1 CD from the Bank of Ghana, 0 borrowing from Central Bank. You in 2021, 42 billion, you made Central Bank print for you. The following year, 2022, 35 billion, you made Central Bank print for you. And that is why today, Central Bank is broke. because it made a loss of more than 60 billion cedis. When I was president, Central Bank made a profit of more than 1 billion cedis. And so that propaganda must stop once and for all. You didn't inherit a mess. You inherited an economy that was doing well. It is you, by your mismanagement, your clueless finance minister, and your clueless head of economic management team, who now wants to run away from economic issues to become the champion of digitalization. It is they who have created this mess.
Enti Adeshimama, you are John Dramani Mahama, the nation builder, the leader and flag bearer of the NDC. Obema noa, unyamia yino magana. So meji yemfim kwa somni ya huchirimu no na mote ninkano. MPP for the atrone nada. Dada nipa bebre. And omoba yana economy na se o meisi kasemu adrega. That was His Excellency John Dramani Mahama himself setting the record straight. The Okaye no do, and there is not one that the MPP can dispute. Ebia the Okano potokasem no one tiase. Don't worry, o de pa branti bi oben wa te potokasa no nchechi mu akankasem. Anakase bi a wote. And don't worry at all when you be because in the subsequent editions yebeje brene ya dosansem wemu esuko. Menya ntie se Akina Radio wote chiman. Ene bunu is in patemu ho. Live, and I know that there are many other radio stations picking this program live, and in due course we will recognize all of you. Bebe Edri, it is time for the Moment of Truth editorial. No kremre no in if you will mame tell you will see me by the touch screen bringing you all you need to know about the corrupt and nepotistic dealings of the Bawumias Part 1. May that's it. Yo, Omade Shanti said the media can you know. We a corruption tracker episode 2. Now what you tell me the episode 1 Bremo about fraka dam bia na yura ba we me MPP for the dwom wenum say omaye no sirima mentifia. We gave you hardcore evidence for you to see the truth for yourself. Say ni na ye fraka dam 1.6 trillion old Ghana cedis. Aban no afa ne kwa Yamfanye adepebiama or minor enya somfaso. Today on episode 2, dear Nyeka we are talking about Abusuya Mamua, Ura Bawumi or your mampenya bedi echiri. Katashane proye dream peseminku or may sika or nene Abusuya for air fan in yafuno. And no one sem ne yade bremo. Na Obiobisa say, Adenkra na Sammy Gyamfi NDC for. My corruption tracker episode 1 more sounds the episode 2 about a moment of truth adan amon kasem foforo obusuafo nchiremu ni etiawa medical nchiremu say oman bia ni wa obetumi atumpon oman bia ni wa obetumi akonanim oman bia ni wa ne manfo obetumi adiye aje se sa oman na timi atu kata hyehyɛ ne proyase esan se kata hyehyɛ ne proya ya ade a etwe oman bia mpuntuo eka akire sika kakra ya jeje no oman ni muturutuo de enya firi de domankoma nyame de ekyɛyen sɛ ye go sɛ ye oil sɛ ye koko ye mpanyimfo asɛde sɛ omode ye de sɛ fata ye de ye mpuntuo a omanfo nyina benya so mfaso na ekoba sɛ nipa kakra bi afa sika no omudi ne nyafunyafu a ye wiye yo no motwi konachi etu krom kwan na ye nyɛye no aso piti na wo pɛ na wunya bi no adwuma na wo pa wunya bi ni ahokyera wo komu no ni nyina ye kata hyehyɛ ne proye ho asɛm, and that is why you must pay attention to this series on corruption tracker. Obi beka say oh na omampenya be de akire mo ka kata hyehyɛ ne proye a o se ono de oyemeti keke aden no na mo ka na asɛm obusuafo no so nkyeremu no eyetitia. The reason is this: MPP ye ka kata hyehyɛ ne proye asɛm a na owura Bawumi aye no hu ntadu akire ode ne ho asie. Attention nyina all the time is on eye omampenya Kufuor ne nabusuafo nko a. Now today on this edition we will demonstrate to you Say Alhaji Bawumia osi odi mate no. Or your mampenia Kufuado Pro Max. One we use iPhone we just amotiase. Or your apprentice what's your catastrophe proye a master mpo. And ya tem didie and ya kasetitwe we will let the facts speak for itself. And that is why today the spotlight is on him. We are unpacking the corrupt and nepotistic dealings of the Bawumias. Now, Bible say, by your words thou shalt be justified, by your words thou shalt be condemned. And some no Bawumia ne yere Samira Bawumia. E kachire Ghana for efa katache ne proye ho. Sisidua ben no mudi susu ye wura mahama. Dia no mo kafa ne ho na bohye ben no mo hye yes omo ba ban mu a omo beye afa katache ne proye ho. Abusuafo me ye bi a kire. When it's a moment of truth there we serve you nothing but the truth. Kakum yetene kwakuo num. The internet does not forget. Ketremam pro inti ye hwe nsem ni bi. Now the edikan ene etwagu no Mahama government most corrupt in Ghana's history Bawumia. Asem way CTFM4 na report to here or ka same way in the run up to the 2016 election mra na obon toa o se Ghana abakosem nyina owura Mahama ena oya katahye ne dwirim pa as president. Yet also be a way daily guide. MPP former national chairman Freddie Billy on one paper. Seat 20th October 2016. You can see there. Etifia Senedi or say corruption is the hallmark of NDC. Bawumia. Nen semo kadeye campaign America achre no. We enye buslimika on one insimni. Yet also miensa or say corrupt Mahama disgrace to nothingness. Bawumia Ghana Web 16th November 2016. Or say Ora Mahama. All these things, all these lies, they said about His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. And then, you have on your screen 7th September 2020. Shewen Sumame. But this second lady of ours, Samira Bawumia, Wamon Ukrechi Domra na MPP for April Mampenia Bendu and Keke. Ono so no kujina platform so kasapa na ono mpo de na no e ya che nukunu into ti asem wo kan ne ha publisher for publisher my publisher the publisher on the 7th of September 2020 Potoka Samia says Samira fingers John Mahama over nepotism. What kind of story no say second lady Samira has accused former President John Mahama of practicing nepotism whilst in political office. So what kind of story we are? At the end, another Samira can was him. Or see, Ramahama, ye Busiamamu. Now, on Tiasia say, ye Ramahama, Ninia, your friend Ibrahim Mahama, or ye Juma, or ka box site, ye Diama, John Mahama, and Nia was him. Say, a Chresa John Mahama, ye Katashani Proye. No, no, new Krudia. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, okay. My husband is a whiskey, a Hono Casa, same way. Say, John Mahama, ni NDC, ye Busiamamu. That is what they said. It is very important. I will bring you back to this story. Now, you're going Samira, sana me friend no, because oye Ghana oba penyi no tosu mienu. Nti ba me friend ye mame. Wakasa agu ye rajo mama hu fi abranya no kre. Se oye abusuamamu because you all know say ye Mahama ni busua ni a no wo na aba mu as an appointee na e ba akopɛ. A sister Joyce Muktari Bawa. No, you're deputy minister, not even a minister, a deputy minister for transport. Ninua Ibrahim Mahama no mo kana seminar. Or you're well-established businessman or starting your Jumaine. Na abrofo a omo ye mining wo Ghana. To say go fields for water kwa. Omo afanwa ono na ye mining ma omo. Enu nyuma sheta e we bibrem ni bibrem atoye. Ko Liberia or ye adwuma. Yet Samira can say se oye adwuma keke de and your Mahama your kronfo or ye busuamambo. Eti ko mo ba ye no we would have expected somebody ka busuamammo kokofu bo obode oncheni United ye nka ye nhu bi. But busuamfo, what do we see? Hwehama me on your screen owura Bawumia one ne yire Samira omo busuamfo nko a ya ma omo dibre ewo NDC ewo MPP aban we mo se wo hwe soro ha papa ye obowe ne ho fefefe ye fe no Alhaji Ahmed Ramadan Samira Bawumia second lady ne papa no enti owura Bawumia na asew konofo prekope aban ne ba ya na Bawumia lobby maye na asew no Ghana amrado to United Arab Emirates yeka Dubai baby a oyo ni sika wo no Samira papa na ye Ghana nam sini amrado ewo ho Bawumia na asew no abuja bo ensiwa omo opposition omo se NDC ya abusuan mamuo no mu di atoroto John Mahama so no mo hwe de omo ye Samira ni nua bema ye frɛ no Abu Ramadan eye Bawumia vice president na konta ono so omo ma ne so no mo de ko nadbo no nya MPP nimpo MPP fo bre no nka ho enso ni nua ba na ye second leading ti ye ne deputy director of NADMO wa wo from 2017 ebisi ne na we ha mami papa we ode ne ho ate Ghana fo nsem trofo bebre ahwehwe ni picture omunya no be ne de NDC 360 ye nya no ni photo ni ye Bawumia ni nua panyi a ye frɛ no Mumuni Abdullahi Bawumia ye de ne to Bawumia papa ode Mumuni Bawumia ono so aban we ba ya na position muntie ni opposition na bi ni Ghana bakosemu John Mahama breso ye papa Mills ya papa Kofo ya papa Rollins abenso ni any position bi asa e wo Ministry of Interior aso ye hwe police for any soldier for any the security agencies so your friend a technical advisor to the Ministry of Interior and ye create sa position man enti Bawumia nua panyin no na aba from her mami we mami ni kan starting free so ono so your friend no Honorable Lareba Zura Abudu Bawumia nua ba prekope ono so owura Bawumia ba and ye kan man so 2018 ye the deputy CEO for Northern Development Authority ewi akire kra no 2022 ye san so paw no omampanyi akufo ado ne Bawumia paw no se omeye swafo emfa emma ne nkoda yeyo Minister for Gender and Children Social Protection enti ne nua ba no abuja fa ko mo ma ne nso na MPP for na aka no kra ne nya positions ni bi no Bawumia ni nua eye Samira Bawumia yere Samira o ye Ghana ba penyi otoso mienu second lady ni nua be maketwa last but one your friend Fauzi Ramadan ono so de ne ho asie uko internet so nyina wu nya ni photo ma wuze for first state for apen o mu nya ni photo NDC 360 ya ni photo aba ono da ho no Fauzi Ramadan Bawumia nua bema or yes special assistant Mrs. Samira nua bema or yes special assistant to the second lady Samira Bawumia. So that is the family tree of Bawumia ne yere wona bemu and yet these are the people omudi atro ese John Mahama dinkwa sa wo ye abusua mamuo abra ono na ne busua ni ba akopɛ na deputy minister ohu kokofu bobo omomobo na ye ndisi fo mpo de enka Bawumia de ni na busuafo ne nuanom ne nkontafo ne asewfo ababan mu a enka haye pii enka haye ombaye na nkomo ye nyuma pa be ma Ghana atumpo a enka haye but we mu de omo baye no oman ni sika kakra ye wo no e na omu di sika ni nyafunyafo katasese ne proye fita e na Bawumia ni nuanom ye de odi kan ni ye frɛ no eye Haji Alare Bazura Medika ka say omampanyi eyi no as deputy CEO of Northern Development Authority okọ tricycles abobo ya eye moto na ne na ya miensa no mako 400 enyantaban 2 yiraya bisi ne yenhu bebie faaye and mami campaignfo a the CEO no Sammy Gyamfi the CEO of the Northern Development Authority finger and say ono ne hye chiri ema omo boss a wo man no krono kese ema Ghana hwiri sika titire over 20 billion old Ghana cedis. When reports there by na the media told us again say apart from 400 tricycles no there were 2 of the deputy CEOs owura Bawumia nua ba ika ho bi almost 100 tricycles each into the bomu 200 what be 400 no 600 tricycles motos omo fire so bebre ni nyina wo ha ma wadanse me tumira na ma kiresi na mama obi adi enini na obebi say what is your evidence we are Ghana web The date is 31st January 2022. Mr. the producer, ebe ma me picture on picture. Na etiefo hu say no kretro do ne eka. Dr. Bawomia's sister fingered in missing 400 government tricycle saga. Wo wabo mahama echi so ye abusuama mu abranya no kre. Wo ba ya wasesa ensewfo ne nkontafo amomu positions. Enye hwe. Omo be ye adwuma pa abo oman no so a omo be bo ye kro no. This is the evidence. The same issue pause for pause.com a story on January 9th, 2020 was the 400 tricycles worth 2 million, Titisikano 20 billion, allegedly stolen at the Northern Development Authority. And Okai story was according to reports, the tricycles were allegedly stolen from the office of the authority on October 27, 2019. About 700 motorcycles and 200 extra tricycles cannot be traced. And the letter, the CEO now not there, Jumayuku, now not the command, divisional commander, Tamale, police opinion. All these facts are there. You can Google the story and read it. We are not making anything up. The American and Adansi, you see, reports also revealed that among all the 3 deputy CEOs, 2 of them took away 100 tricycles each without paying. And so 2 now, Obose sa tricycles or went to Yakano, but we mean home. And in fact, ono obe pe MP wale ba crew 2020 campaign. The slogan was money no be problem. Or chemoto to send katie because this is where they got it from. Minu taxes, minu sika. This is what they use it for. Now, enya moto nkwa. So what you buy na ba wo mia nua ba efa moto ni abobo ya abusuafo kan haye. Poto kasem ye free bibi sole source contracts. Sole source contracts here dey. Contract ahodo for enuma kese e wo Ghana. Emrase sa ban efa wo bi adwuma sa wo medi sa adwuma ne ma o man a aban ma obi contract ho a. Yemamu na obi biara owo nimdie na owo capacity so obetimi ayese adwuma. We should give that person the opportunity to compete. Ti efre be competitive tendering. Ma ho kwan na obi amepre adwuma ni bi. De obetimi aye adwuma ni yie a oman no benya so mfaso abra oman ne bebo kakakra bi ne de ama no. But wo hwe de ekoso wo Bawomia eni omampenye kufu ado amamwo yimu a ye wo contrast akese bebre a aban de ma Bawomia nuanom a ye ma ho kwan se obi amepre bi ye si peg Bawomia nuanom ntino so source no mo kwan de ma wo mo bia so ye de sika toto so a o mine hwe sika titiri dia you will weep for Ghana as we move along. Before I go into the issues, dear na Bawomia ni omampenye kufuado ekaye about so sourcing quickly. Way ayo Bawomia ne Twitter handle on the 8th of September 2016, now about 6:20 p.m. And Bawomia ko trend on Twitter. Na mahama, yo mahama ne tie konya so. Or say overpricing of contracts through the use of sole sourcing is very typical of this John Mahama NDC government. Or say John Mahama bind here. Bibia so sourcing. Ni ye so sourcing dia e kire se projects aye ni so sourcing na Mahama de bo ni bia to so o man ne boka. Enti omo de omo ba omo nyesa. Owura Bawomia na emre MPP for ereni election no 3rd February 2017. Or say we will abort rampant sole sourcing Bawomia. We will abort rampant sole sourcing Bawomia. O kan story na e wo ho. Wanya power wie. Or this sole sourcing, ye twem. Ebe the exception and not the norm. Because sole sourcing, they are more minor eboka. You see, when you want some, any edible buafo, when you want some, any edible buabem. Owura Bawomia na biem starfm.com.gh. May 29, 2017. Bawomia na 2 ministers say what MPP aben imufo. I said, don't abuse sole sourcing. Bawomia to appointees. Mamun konko ye so sourcing because so sourcing more men Bawomia no. The same Bawomia on the 31st of December 2018, City Newsroom for report no say. Or say Bawomia tells MPP 40 fulfilled promises. Aban no ma betena konwa so eni afe na edi afe. Bawomia say oma fulfill o mo bo hye nko 40. Na bo hye ni mu ba ko ne den. Or say we promise to move away from a predominance of sole sourcing to tendering in procurement, and we have delivered. Inti channel so. But we miyazi sole sourcing and yet M1 may. Ya the ball may chrono M1 mine risika. MPP ba omunyebi. Wa ma appointees warning mamunko yebi. Ono also say abine di niboshe so sole sourcing there omejai. Afi yantuaso. Omampenye Kufuado de okan ni 23rd August 2016 on Twitter. Or said the era of sole sourcing will come to an end. Sole sourcing, ye chem, because sole sourcing air chrono. Now, what do we see? They said the media can't trim. Oraba womia when we are bemebia. Your friend Ibrahim Bawumia. A dear, ya won on papa de man on Ibrahim Bawumia. But ware Canada ni ba ya won UK. Open UK passport with no say the Abraham Bawumia. And say wafa Christian name. One Bawumia picture ni ti Bawumia na te wono omo maame ni Bawumia nua penya ye friend mumuni Bawumia woni Bawumia nua bema na ye friend Abraham ana Ibrahim Bawumia no oni our company ye from Resource Access Limited. I want to prove to you that this Resource Access Limited e ye Bawumia nua dia enti akọ registrar general thanks to ye nua Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa yakwa akọhwe company ni nkratamu. Company no hefo na directors Abraham Bawumia nuana one ne yere ayefe no Aneta Kamiska Bawumia, they are the directors. Why na company ni ne dia company ni nya sika anamfaso a why na sika no kono ho the shareholder Abraham Bawumia ne tin number ni bibia wo ho ni. This is from Registrar General. We'll put it out for everybody to see. No credo. Now the entire year can say, "Yenhwehwemu ama na beda di say, aban way e di sole sourcing contracts akese e masa company ya your friend Resource Access Limited, but we mean company. Asika power mine hwere no asefem. Project number 1, share me with screen iso, hwe ni so ade. Sunyane Airport, me am krom baby ayetete me. Baby I call primary, baby I call JS, baby I call SHS. Minim Sunyane asem. Sunyane Airport. Aban we buy no mo say omu siesie no. Because near close airport ne down. Phase 1 of the project, ye the Bawumia nwie the company. You are hearing this for the first time here. Resource Access Limited, sole sourcing. She say, yam prese. Aban na prese companies be be wo man ni mu no obi amepribi. They gave that job on sole sourcing to Bawumia. See, President Nana Danko Akufo-Addo commissioned phase 1 of the rehabilitated Sunyane Airport project. Now, if you check the project, you check the story from Bono Regional Coordinating Council for website, government website, dated August 4, 2022. You can see that on your screen. The relevant portions of the story, no, prove as I'm not making say no credo. Was the President Akufo-Addo intimated at the commissioning that in line with his government policy to provide a functional air travel infrastructure to enhance blah blah blah, say a contract was awarded to MS Resource Access Limited to commence the rehabilitation of the airport in 2019. It is our MS Resource Access Limited no any Bawumia Nuyano company no moka ho asem no. This is the man Bawumia Nuyano oni Abraham or Ibrahim Bawumia. Now abusiafo enya nonko oba Ghana Airport Company omo website a omo kasi so say adwuma na ye de ma Bawumia Nuyano se wonye no Sikam man was 52.25 million cedis. Yes, 52.25 million cedis. Titisika no 520 billion. Adwuma ben. Adwuma ye se onya ne se runway Sunyane Airport runway na kitikiti bi. Samre na 1280 meters. Yes 120 ka ho e wo hodada but asenti patch portals no. Now 120 meters e meka ho ne yenya 1400 meters. Na on sanso en rehabilitated taxi link or patch portals e ho. Na akwan a eda ben airport no so no on siesie resurfacing e just okoye kwan foforo or the abo egusu no wasiesie ne kama. Na terminal dan ya esi wa e ho na utu kwan a wo befa no etimi fa nipa be 100 and also so omo a se hwebrofo no almost a minimal renovation. In the near Juma Cassibia airport na yekanini, Nimfunyan, Sunyani airport, Uraba Womian Yayan, any. Runway no my yaketaketin at Semuno, and Ususuni. Airport in me. Ain't it bisa who MPP near Warham and say, Ajuma way. And Woka. To me, 525 billion OCDs. Ask yourself that. Now, the antenna, a quite keke, potholes, apache keke. Minimal renovation of a terminal building. Why must it be so source? The Nkwana Bawomian and the company no or ana onimi ya. Ghana construction companies be obi to be yebi. The same Bawomia was it so source in your chrono and my boka no more the omon yesa. Our 2 ministers for say mamu koye so source. Why will you give this job, mediocre job, to your brother through so sourcing for 525 billion old cities? Now, Buzianvo, you're Ramahama. Tikese that's what I pa. And then we be come about airports we see here. And yet your CSC. One of those airports, before we even get to that, lest we forget segments. One of these airports, American was an Ayeho airport. Whole airport here, Ramahama seen in Monochiao. Now airport to be any ho, officials here from scratch, is in Monochiao. Or the $25 million in the sea. Or started project in 2015, not dollar new 4 cities. By now, the project in 2016, you know, averagely, even if you use $1 is to 4 cities, $25 million. What the best city more is just about 100 million Ghana cedis. And this is brand new airports. So whole airport now, President Mahama see, you know, the runway is 1,900 meters. And 30 meters wide, and 30 meters. And 10,900 meters, just 1.9 kilometers. Dear Bawomiani Ninwe, Yama Omo Sikaso Monkoyan, Sunyane Diano, 120 meters per Nomodiaka home. 30 meters. John Mahama's brand new from scratch. Whole airport, 1,900 meters versus 120 meters. Whole airport, no. Ebe to me process 150,000 passengers a year every day. Ebe process 400 passengers because there were VIP lounge and VVIP lounge. So Nyane airport no VIP ni Miami Chrome airport VIP bi anim. VVIP dia so enim. 100 passengers per ebe process yomo per day. No, but we ade no. O mampanyi Mahama brand new whole airport no. Ni April yaka April abia plane ni sia ekọ pake. Etimi fa plane yenu. O see ni brand new. But when me ade na wo hodada e na o ye portals keke. Etimi fa plane be se ba akon. Ora Mahama see whole airport no. Akwan a wo ye ni wo brand new from scratch 9 kilometers. But when me ade akwan a wo hodada no de abogu su siesie ni keke. Enu 9 kilometers. And so Yara Mahama at the $25 million equivalent to 100 million cedis. And they see whole airport no more chiao. But when me ade pentimamentono, sika 52.5 million cedis. Sika no 520 billion. Do the math for yourself. You are discerning. But when you share no do cry to wash the onim sa ben. It is about dogana na open no cry. Judge this for yourself. Must say Mahama kwa. And we so say no we. Look at what they have done. Now you can see it on your screen. Whole airport Mahama see nini. Brand new from scratch. But we are painting Mametono in the Siwa annual 520 billion. Ko ye dia mani nua. Yam koso. Enya airport inkwa. And aban diama ba wo nua company. So on in Abusia for nche. No, not just this airport. Not just this airport. Ye wo koko akwan akesi sika etan wono so. Na koko akwan ye de ma contract ya. Ye ba mu se road contractors e wo Ghana nya no bia me plibi. Oba ye se lot 1, lot 2. Kwan we this kilometers. Ye pese ye ni say asphalt and abi to me. Wo boy ye sen ye hwe de ne bo wo fom. A wo betumi aye kwan ni yie. Na ye the contract na ma no. Owuraba wo mi anko aba ya. Koko rose or the money we are so sourcing or man who quite will be unprebi. Into the same Resource Access Limited. The 2 million number here. Yamomu cocoa kwanya a free asin where typo asin akropon to Odomase to Asibrim 22.1 kilometers. Sikankwa yademano 54.2 billion actually ebiguso. Into Titisikano 54.2 million Titisikano, that's 540 billion one contract. And another Cocoa Road project. Chibuso Haso Wodre Mibodi no nama money ya mofancheme Bangolo Feeder Roads 14.5 kilometers 29.4 million cities Titisikano 294 billion 2 cocoa roads Biya so sourcing Obi see me evidence na da no. This is the moment of truth. You 2 million ya chirisie atendidie bia nim no kre na ekasa no. This is a letter Public Procurement Authority for Trade 14th May 2020. The project, you see, rehabilitation, upgrading, reconstruction of roads in cocoa growing areas. Or say, at the board, second paragraph, at the board technical meeting held on Thursday, 14 May 2020, the board granted approval to Ghana Cocoa Board in accordance with section 41B of Access 3 as amended to use a single source procurement method to engage multiple contractors for the construction of roads. And this is it. Companies when they are so source no. Asia coupon Resource Access Limited. Resource Access Limited. It is on your screen. You can see that for yourself. Now, I want to establish beyond doubt. Says so source nyabawomia kasetia in opposition obaye eno nko an oni nuano moye. Krono wo mu omudi wi o manisika. The kind etia public procurement law, which is a crime. Because contracts nenya contracts was say ye si peg say ba ko form fa through so sourcing. And as sika ye de mabawomia nuano so no. E bro de was called mine etuama no. Etu mine no me no mienu your taxes. We are losing it to Bawumia and his family. Where is the evidence? The Auditor General's report. Ghana auditor ni ono na Ghana semsi kasem nyina oye muhwehwemu why audit special audit or friend of performance audit report on the Auditor General on the construction of cocoa roads. Now 2023 anoye paragraph 55 Cocoa Board's procurement policy stipulates that all procurement activities are to be in line with the Public Procurement Act or say procurement Mra Cocoa Body Jumane say contract or modi mebiano or follow procurement mra. Oba paragraph 56 or say procurement mrane say section 41. And sana obeka say wo ye project be so sourcing no. Hwe de ken. Section 41A to D of the Public Procurement Act 2003 allows the use of single source procurement method where there is exclusivity, urgency, emergency, continuity and compatibility subject to the approval of the PPA. She said, oh, my contract, now will say, oh, they my company back pay. Prem will be a prebi. Dear friend is so source na. Dear Bawumian in New Yano Moyana. I was our company no what Suyahunu expertise via or non one will be. And as a human, I know emergency BSC, BBBT was here and intended. But we all know, say, Kukurus and Tessa. Auditor General twice, so at paragraph 58 of that report, say, Cocoa Board awarded 266 road contracts for Air Cocoa Road Improvement Project 2, measuring a total length of 4,131 kilometers. Upgrading and construction in cocoa growing areas. Out of the 266 contracts awarded, 33 were through competitive bidding. 33 there, or more for prebi. 175 were through single source procurements. Then the Auditor General said this, paragraph 60. Although the use of restricted tendering and sole sourcing saved Cocoa Board time, it would have taken to evaluate a large number of tenders. Our analysis, Auditor General said, our analysis showed that these methods cost Cocoa Board about 100% more than the use of a national competitive tendering in terms of kilometers of, I can say, the cost per kilometer of road. Auditor General. And if you read on, you will see the Auditor General was emphatic. Say, because say the contracts we nyina ma Bawumia and in nuanom through sole sourcing and other companies through sole sourcing. When this MPP government spoke against sole sourcing, a kai wasn't here bonus our quiet no ya born a double, in some case triple. A kana yakaben kuku fusika, a yakaben minum yunutuo, and akwakudi. These companies, including Bawumia company, what's the say sika? Apart from the cocoa roads, there are also other road projects at Ministry of Roads and Highway. Ediama Bawumia Ninuya. Okabomua 83 million cedis. And also sourcing. Through Yenuya Samuel Okujetua Blakwa, he's published the documents. We have intercepted payment vouchers. Where we are, you can see 5.7 million Bawumia Company, Resource Access Limited. Sikano 13th March 2023. Another payment, 27th November 2023, 5.8 million. Another payment, 3rd March 2023, 15.5 million. 8th March 2024, yawo, 10 million. Titiskan 100 billion, Bawumia company. Okay, kasikani nyina abomua. Any airport de ni nyina abomua. Bawumia any nuanom company. Ghana Sikanko and Yamawo for these 5 projects alone. Ye treaty under part 1. 280 million cedis. Titisikano 2.1 trillion cedis. The vouchers are here, documents don't lie. All the documents are here. Now, Madam Anuba Besino, what do you maba? Omagumahama and Hufin, Omedi Atratono. So I hear with you, Mamu Abrenya no cre. Omoba Omaba be worse. I've shown you the evidence. But when we are under her, we are mutus ayira. On one boss I accuse you say mutus no uwiebi. Fa no to nchen. He cut 3 day over 2 point something trillion worth of contracts ayede am omonko so sourcing. Etika busuano omodi oman yi hu akama ye tam. Anka de aka no kamu betumi agya am afoforo. Babusuanfo kakra yede be magana asudisuan for scholarship. And also swa Bawumia Edi akoma Samira nua bema na your friend of Fauzi Ramadan. Ya man of scholarship. Ono na the personal assistant on the office ono atuanika. Ya the Ghana scholarship was ye de ma hiafo mobrowa ma. Ya de ma even MPP full soldiers vanessa. Ya sanso de akoma Samira nua bema na the special assistant. What the Ghana sika mu a 320,000 cedis, 3.2 billion. Enya no kwa na eme ya. De ehia bufu ne say ye man scholarship no school na wanko sika na ahye ye bisa na o se o na me yare I don't know when defer o course o na me yare na me ntimi defer me course it is scholarship sika na ke betimi akọ anya for one so a ni nyina ahye ayo maker. And if you go on my job online you will see the story a kind of I was Fawaz Ramadan, a relative and personal assistant to second lady Samira Bawumia, was awarded 17,355 pounds to cover the cost of tuition for an MSc in Global Supply Chain Management at Brunel University in the UK. However, Mr. Ramadan never pursued the course because he claimed he was involved in an accident during the peak of COVID-19 and could not defer when an accident. I wouldn't defer the course. Neither he nor the state benefited in any way from the tuition fee paid to Brunel University. Because I'm far more. We've given you the facts. We've given you the facts. Bako ha kama de beba no me pushi appearance fee no me pushi mrenti me pushi akomanim. But you see, these are the issues. And for you Ghana ni awo hweme no, judge for yourself. Say papa ya ono nam say I am not corrupt. I am not corrupt. I am incorruptible na enokra na enya nokre. Can you trust this man? Obi a oye campaign otimi hye bonne ade a che o say wo na me juki na me didi agro. O kan we and the evidence shows that this man is 10 times corrupt than Akufo-Addo, the pro-mass version of Akufo-Addo. We can't trust this man because he is not only a chronic liar, but inherently corrupt. And see a mistake at the Ghana Sheba Wumiansa, Kronu way no na busuan for babetuaso. Kronu way no betuaso. And there is no way he can come and prosecute Omampenya Akufo-Addo. because mampenye Kufuor be kind say ba womia me ne ken di e ga ne say me nuanom efo man sika no won so woye bi enu nti untumi mfa ye court. His hands are dirty, more dirtier than Kufuor. He can't fight corruption. If you want accountability, this court, including Kufuor, vote for change. Vote for the nation builder, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Washaya Bosse, baby, a sika could be obeji amaye. One make sure say embra, ebe yejuma. The producer, but Kennedy akopre kwa Japan tape in mame. Na yemfa moment of truth ye mawie. Ebi ana obi tie mo MPP ni, ozo Sammy Gyamfi NDC niti na okasa. Yentie MPP mu cheche mucho na yentie de waka afa aban we ho. Efa kata hye ne proyo. Thank you.
The MPP is looting this country as if there's no tomorrow so much. What do you mean? The youth of this country are not working. Now we're intimidating and control. The MPP is looting this country as if there's no tomorrow so much. What do you mean? The youth of this country are not working. Now we're intimidating and control.
Daddy, I think it is time I put my business plan of opening a snack bar into action.
Really? But why now?
Why not now? I have been paying close attention to John Mahama's 24-hour economic policy, and I think it is really going to boost the leisure and hospitality industry. You know, when people go to work throughout the day, they would definitely need something small in their tummies, and I'll be there to serve them.
But I thought I was the only one who listens to news in this house.
No.
Says the man born before computers.
Tell him.
See, we have the news right here on our phones, and we are keenly following John Mahama's 24-hour economy policy digitally.
Hey,
digital man.
Yes, I mean this. Yes. And one thing I can be being sure one. Since the launch of my online delivery system, things have really been picking up, and it will be great to have the support of the government to grow beyond the borders of Ghana. And with a 24-hour economy policy, government will be able to provide an atmosphere of improved security and public safety, and also a well-regulated and monitored private security to facilitate round-the-clock activities to make it more safe for us to serve our clients no matter the time of the day.
Well, for civil servants who work with the Passport Office, DVLA, Customs, Ports and Harbour like me, running the 8-hour shift system will help relieve the large customer traffic we have to deal with within the current 8 to 4 p.m. system. We can effectively serve Ghanaians and foreigners within the shortest time.
Hey, madam, I didn't know you also pay attention to the 24-hour economy policy too.
It is what everyone is talking about. I will be glad to work in the afternoon shift than run off to work in the morning. I leave that for the younger generation.
You are even too old for that.
And old boy, what are your thoughts? Well, I will take advantage of the tax exemptions, the cheaper and reliable electricity, and more importantly, the government's support to scale up my juice manufacturing company for local consumption and for export. Look, obey a pinso or chrome.
Please obey. In a 24-hour economy, is it?
You know what to do. Vote for John Mahama, the nation builder, and the NDC for a 24-hour economy. Ejuma Pankwa.
Fire Drusi is the NDC and U segment. And NDC Amanyoko, Yenshishia Pani and Nepa, Yawomo Maigan and United Bro. I've told you that the 2024 election is an election like none other. It's an election that is going to define the future and the destiny of our children. Anti-election way making sure say obeto aba for policy. Obeto aba not for atrone nada. But obeto aba ma party new opinion or one share more may. It is about issues. And that is why we are doing this. We are not just criticizing. We are telling you what the NDC has for you. And what do we have for you today? What we have for you is John Mahama's National Women's Development Bank. Matiye Papa Mahama on it. Matiye Mami Nana Jane on it. And today I'm joined in the studio by my sister, the Member of Parliament for the good people of Techiman North, the Honorable Elizabeth Ofosu Ajare. Mami Onyamrashe Bebeni Keke. Oyo Emrenimfo. She's been a lawyer for 24 years. Ne basika sem bank ne sanyamano so womu suyahunuba. Currently, Savings and Loans Company from Pacific Savings and Loans. On a lawyer. And she's held this position for 10 years. Into Shemra as a Mrashe Bebeni. Or a lawyer for 24 years. Or sounds like a lawyer for a Savings and Loans Company for 10 years. And or a board member for Multi-Trust Financial Services from 2011 till date. What's the saying? And also bear 13 years board member. And Christian Mothers Association Credit Union. So, or sounds so can be Nejuma Power Kongo no. And she's one of our experts from the NDC when the baby didn't come. Honorable Ofosu Ajare Mawakwaba. Ghana in the
so my radio.
It means 24-hour economy cheche within Nabeba.
Come on.
Great. Now, because for any on kwa, mami nimpon enyenche. NDC for you na ye mami. Madam Faustina Nelson. Dodo na friend Auntie Faustina. Tie name so me friend Auntie Faustina. Se me ka se me bobo ye mami di bread dia, and I just say mama show ni extend the 5 hours. But all I need to tell you is that she's currently the member of our Council of Elders in the Central Region. She's a leading member of the NDC. And mana moko at the NDC see hono. We didn't wait until be ye. Ya mami serve as a board member for NIB for Infibibre. Was serve as a member, a board member too on Ghana Commercial Bank. See if you need the airco ye member bi account. But for now I'll give you this. Until for still wa yenchen until for simo wakwaba. Yeah, ura. Bibi aboko there. You say wa ba be do there 24-hour economy no. And then Chimuno, a better fine, and will be at producer, I was in Kamekobo tape will be by Mrentino. I will jump the tape so that we go straight to the discussion. And as we move along based on time, no, if we can play that video. Now, let's start with Honorable Elizabeth Ofosu Ajare. Ebe America Krenina, ye Papa Mahama. And ye mamia obo ye Papa Chidom, Professor Nana Jino Pukwajaman, or Mwakasa about the National Women's Development Bank. What is the bank about?
Yo, Minia Sami, where the web be sebi. Asema Lydia Bisa Motimponim Jom and our Bisami. Me call ya American National Women's Development Bank, so honorable. Se bank de ebu. And so Busianu ye nyebi. And to say ye Mahama or your bank crass still Busiani nya. And I'm so what can ye? Excellency John Dramani Mahama. The bank now si obeyeno eno de obeya mama nko na se ne etie ni opese ema yenye ewo ohare so nsi hu kitue bi enesi hu yenya enim se bank akese no ukwa yesi kofa odan bra yesi kofa krata we bra yenim se ma no so mpempi no sa nyoma eya na ye ni bi wo ho nti ra Mahama ye ne se ema ye wo Ghana ha ye didwa aye pesika bosia eni ema edi kuo bebre ani ma eye adwuma no sa banki baso aye benya ho faso na de ede ne se empanyi se obi bebo ma wasu enti se de wa wusu ema nko na be ye adwuma wo ho ifi se ema na ni ma haw enti yo ba na akope bosia wo National Women Development Bank okwa ko hu ma nko
honorable metiasia na je se ye kan National Women's Development Bank we ye banks from Kokra, Yura Mahama, Ede Bagana. Wanyaza.
HSA. Sa banki bi magana hada. A bang aye. Minim say private one bi die aba ye beka ho asem akire nanso die yewura mahama ebe ye die eye du twam yenye bi organa hada se bank ayaye na ese sa bank we die e tailor for a dressmaker for a omo ye mma edwadifo omo tachman dwom edwadifo a omo tobodom dwom omo ye be mo kejetia for omo a kotokraba mahama si dwama omo no obro omo sika kejetia osi dwama omo obro omo sika e ma no nko a anase edwuma ma bebre wom ojo loan no interest no kitwe bi enye se kofa krata abra kofa we bra ye nyina enim se e ma de ye dwadie no e na krata asem no e ha ye kakra enti yiru mahama ehu akwansidie we ye loan ho no se e ma yi omo pa adwuma akwansidie we ni we na wo ho na beti omo nko bank mo omo de a na omo kokoto manko a obi abenya sika enti wo
that is why this bank is coming
kakra eba no obenya sika de aye enu nti na yiru mahama adwuma rura eja bema president ayahwe nanim to beboa ma no be ye free bosia ebo mu ha ho sa bank no nti na eba
behwe the screen is so am twikasa na ye modern so this is going to be a special bank established by the next NDC Mahama government which will be run by women to nurture and grow women owned and women led businesses. Mame ho anti fosti oba bi hwe emema ni bi kura wo ho a asemi omote no ayo madwemu kesene ne mo the DM credit na banks be bre Ghana na still ye here a man kwa bank why a women's development bank obit ma kire mo
sa emma bank former president Rawlings yes was sorry ya no we program na walk around our friend no listening to
President Mahama okay.
President Mahama if he say eto da na ye the square peg akwose round hole mu eto da sabe na ma mu 70 ye bibia ade abia area bi wo mo wo no ye nimo kra na assign de bi akoka ho into wo ye ne say wo be kwa round any amount for akasa into what to na listening to na wakwa obusane ehia wo mo amanyame ya yadom na 7 January yeto aba no wo ba na wo bu man no a wahuno baabia wodi bibia beto ene ne amanfo no aka wayanum se eno na wo mo hia enti madodo no a e ka se wo mo hia wo mo a bank na ayama banka we map edwadie papa Ghana multitude 51% of the entire population but predominantly no edwadie na embadi na etada na opebibi kakra bi e de kotu bibi kra to wodwem na sika no ebi ni ho banks de ebi wo ho se ne obi anim no na eno ye general banker emma ko ho emma ko ho ti president Mahama eka se wobeye emma ede ama womma bibia yetia sabe se oba wodwem anopa na wokọ no sese na niama wotumi sa bank ne ben no na ye emma bank ya ye de be ya wotumi ka kire no ni ote na nchen se obi ba hwe na toma me we ba ko taku ana se na discount mo na me bohwi akọ bank enti president Mahama ye ne se wodi be ye chetia amamba na bibia ye easily accessible if you say man ya na ye wo handicap kakra bank ko do kogina ho ko fa collateral bra ko fa we bra te say ne honorable
traditional banking system like obebunya bosia bi kra edin
obstructions adoso enti ebi so ana ade no wohia enti wo ye ne se wo ye ema de ama wo mo a ebe ye accessible na afi nso so do wo mbenya considerations se bibia be ye easy enti se normal bank do se ye kase bia kofa entoma bra with mad and wo ba my consideration kakra leverage bi a bi obaka se mo de monje na mo fa godi ja special
women because women are special to John Mahama
special dispensation
exactly
for Emma
me that say me nuamba we dem amefentwem do women deserve a women's bank Emma deserve Ghana ma deserve see be almost a special treatment we are now. Make a case for women.
Said the Ghana ma here women's banking no. It's even scientific. Because World Bank akase. Ma 70% our Africa ha and they own small to medium scale enterprises.
Okay.
So na
75%.
70%. Yes,
okay.
and I own small to medium scale. Yes, our Africa ha. What buy Ghana ha 44%.
Okay.
Now Omaka say your financing gap of over $3 billion. Say sa gap ni yebehwe ni ya shemuke na. Wa country obesa and oma ho mfiensia wo GDP be grow by 12%. When na yekika ni nyina abuma yero mahama se Emma ye about 51% omo de doso. How can I grow an economy with nipa ketua bi abra dodo ne wo ho? Also say Ghana ma ye pa adwuma ye hard working. Enti say saka sika ya ye de ye adwuma enioma bebrebe kama. Yenim se manya sika ye ma edidiem yeye ye ma sukukom yeye ye health ye mi hu so ba tan bi wo ha wo so odidi na ne ba gina hoda enti so hwe ne sika ne ba ma no ho a ebeboa ama Ghana
na ma so kwa no wo de sika kakra bi kra mutimi multiply
ma na ya me bedru hwe e ma so wo hwa sika no ye hia kakra kapa e sha ase a enti na traditional banks akese no ukokwa anye 10,000 ho adwuma no moye nanso me my lawyer wo kumase me ni ma aye adwuma e ma edidwa minimum crofo a te say multi trust almost 30 year no muji loan of 10,000 and then they go in for the millions e sasika na no magro enti e ma de we can always start with little me catch the
mutimi boaboa no na be kese
o catch us say say masika yendi yes masika yendi ne basabasa because ni ye the budget to so kama ka wo on fast one we dibi enti say ma nya sika Ebema Ghana akoye because if 51% of your population is working omukro musika maami ata otoni bidie wonya ne 2,000 maami mansa a otoni jene ende wonya ne 5,000 tumi kofa jene no bag miensa eba kotokra badwoma na chese ekwa no nti ero mahama se ma no yenye sika no ayehwe ne ye ena wo hwe so a African Guaranteed Fund akase ma so ye sika etua enti ye loan repayment no e was ropa enti sa bank ye bebe wo se ma no ye bosia na ebetua titiri yero mahama nya emu gidie se obema ye nsihu na ye ketua bi no na che se e ma ye hie sika no na ye dia ye sa nyoma we nyina na economy na ye kama enti ye ade a e ma ye hia a e beboa Ghana nyina kama
Antifosti wo de when you feature nyina you have experience, you've lived through several governments. The person who educates viewers across the world. Ghana, have we ever had a Ma Bank to say the President Mahama Ekamwasemiana?
Oh, not a Ma Bank. The late Dr. Esther Oklu and a T Bank, no. But now a year, but not and to me a wider scope.
Okay.
One, because of proximity, Senior Mekaya, no. And to me, I'm stretching, Uncle baby, P. And I'm saying so. Banking system now, you can't say, buy no castle where you're cleaning into a good, you know, a good bank, no.
Oh, sir.
Oh, yes. Bill
420 banks, financial institutions.
National Women's Bank, a come home. Dr. Esther Oklu.
Your baby, see, the more years or the one man. And also rubber women you could go.
I can't exercise now or my year, you know. And say, ye nibi say.
Okay.
Now, no so, na ya dear a necessity. Says a sanka woho. Inti President, former President Mahama, ye papa. I am now going to say, quite be also what the Emma Bank no ebeba. Nembum, one on a day and wabetrim. Because, say, a beer me fancy area beer enclave. Bia ebia asamka say bia be 3-4 ebembe ho no wo de bibesi ho proximity na meka ye no no sene
bia bia
emmeye se sebio enkrankwa ana se emmeye se wope se enkrankwa wope bibi age se wo travel eko ansa na wakwaje nti wo be no across board obia area bia benya woman woman de be operate send the honorable kaya no emba de what they will see kasem any edwuma sam hye woman sa they are very conscientious womo ehia womo ni nyina na ye papa Mahama wode nani ato fom say wonyi emma nse nkyɛn te bank e bi abada na mom ne ye de bai de esronko kra edwuma yefo wo mu nyina bɛyɛ ma interesting but workable security for mpo ye be famba
even security for
completely bibi a telephone mpo de say emma wo ho dada na ne nyina be ye ma
bank manager
oba
board members
ye wo ma
emma nko
ye wo ma
president Mahama say emma betumi aya ma na ye women are capable of managing
their own affairs wo push what they encourage ma na wo di bue emma abrabomu ene wo mo ye die mu because eniaba p obstruct ma obi okra wo ordinary orthodox bank na wakose wo kope bibia wo fi so sebio wone meme ko compete no aye withdrawn kakra aye diama no kofa we bra ne ebei ya ye ebei de president Mahama se wo ba interest wanya ne kakraka and our face about Konana Wahona Wakanda, ye savings and loan. Nani says, ye day bay dear, a bayer to say orthodox banks, yabi. Bank 4 banking system. Wow. And your savings and loan. Now, Momono, and my benya consideration.
Okay.
Interested, no,
okay, be here. I mean, I'm a person, Mitzi, your sister, dream honorable. Near my make Casano can be said, near Women's World Banking be Ghana ha abaino aguno. You've been involved in this banking, microfinance, savings and loans. Can be chair fa.
Menim say pokuya ewo oforikrom se otie bia wosu. Oni amamo. Eni say sabria na me wokumase no. Na Women's World Banking ni omo musika. Nti na omo wo shops ewo oforikro. Na we na nanu metwa makotachiman. Me du ho me frɛ omo ni ho. Enam se na aden wo se a ye raba wumia akufo adode ne ba se o economic wizard oba no abeha obe solve ye economic problems nyina no wabegu Women's World Bank ni tie ne omunye skanya adwuma nti omotifie o ka kire me na me se yo ene ene ontie me ewo NDC 360 na me be kirechem na mama no hope enti ama se wutie me a Excellency John Dramani Mahama osi oba abaye bank amamba ubenye sika no wasa aba kwan ho abaye adwuma bio enti afi se mo to aba won tamu ho na mo hwe party colors tamato mo beto mo wura nmunyamfo Excellency John Dramani Mahama ono de owo policy ebeboa ma a no mo wodwom a ya toto bank mu yeraba omia ekata nani toto bank mu ya ma mo kotena afi no oside maba kwan ho bio na de meka ne se sa abai ye nkoto no ye party a ye nanawo ye koto no de edi ematan e ba kwan ho ya wo obi anto ba bia se bia sorry kra ye jai asori kra ye jai ye wo tumi e na otifie Yero Mahama ode eni je ebremo enti adechi monye mo ho na monye se de be ya mo be san ba abeye adwuma biom na aboa mo na Yero Abaomia na ogugu bank na de ehwen se enka Women's World Banking de ko be treat omo differently because ye see wanya bibia ma wase a unjai mo ne kro no ye ka se wo ba na nka abeboa ma ewo sikasemu se wantimi amwo ma kakra omo wo no na ehu ni kwan se nka wo be se no ebi na Yero adi ayeye enti abeye ni da hosem ama ma e wo Ghana ha nyina se ye ma yani enko Yero Mahama ho 7th December aba ye betui no no ono wo enwonyam a ode ebetai emaichi eni adwempa ode beboa ma ama ebibia aye kama
me that say that is Honorable Elizabeth Ofosu-Ajare, the Member of Parliament for the good people of Techiman North. Mami na woka Women's Bank a omugu no there were other banks on omuboa ma no so akosi say
yeah banking exercise cleaning exercise into effective banks Unibank, GN Bank, UT Bank, no nyina.
So I'm going money park we see ndio mo banks na mo no mo boa ma mo ye mo didwa kokwan so ni nyina so aban na gu no. So that is what justifies this bank. Yes. I get that. Now Honorable answer me ba Honorable me san so pese me ba so ha. Mwachiri mse bangwe for ma ema nkwa ema ne beye mu adwuma
beye bibia
ema ne beye mu bibia security kroba ne bidi. What is Obroni said the main objective say within the short to the medium term see you perceive a measure sa National Women's Development Bank is successor. What is the measure? What is the objective of John Mahama?
Sir,
in terms of nipa dodo a ye say ye betumi akova wo with this bank.
Oh, ye betumi akova pa say emma which I believe say one may participate because a woman ehia de and former president Mahama eyama woman and we call listening to us woman na kan ehia woman and a warrior na mom ye betumi akova pa be 1 million.
1 million women.
Yes,
the short to medium term goal for this policy is to support the businesses of at least 1 million.
Wow. Now, yeah, can also across board.
Okay.
Traders, and my dija, a come and my warm important nema, a come I feel workplace,
one dija,
one crania ba. And my fishmongers.
Okay.
And my demand dear baby. And even workplace ladies associations, no. Woman now we are one or ye juma emieti anaka. And so Sabio be about immediate less away. Maybe I was some men some my yen to anaka. Or ran it to sa bank no. A professor or ye juma. Nan one Sabi bank no. A butine in tea. Young can't just a coffee and air mouth. Now, a man not draws 51% of the entire population there. A draw so say yen na dear who sib. Now you want to say, I dear no yenti and a ye. Now, Sabio Obi, and we are mobile. No, so yen, yes, ye dear who say me embrace it there. And yeah, 1 million.
If you're talking about 1 million women, and that is 1 million households.
1 million households. No.
So the ripple effect.
Yes, because 1 million households, one more tentacles. One more ma. One more share, one more. Be a bank in Munwakaje, Sabia Bosia, Gradiati and the Bafisi be, and Adia Tatari and a drama and a bar. And the ban also benefit from the bank. Obi Okra, you could not call retirement. What if ye? If you are brabo beda a year and so. So when your bank be to augment the business when your income will be to me.
So Yama make us about more council kofanya more mudibja. Obisi me your bar media mako square metifie and a school increment be ankobi. You say me yen san Juma. What would this women's bank do for them?
Women's bank you can say you can say everything women. Enti Emma hairdressers because hairdresser bi oha osan ton paboa e won shop no say women's bank ni baswa o gisika ni bi o de aton paboa e wo ho enti saa nipa no wanya sika afri etie num wasanya sika afri ni paboa me so na Liza fashions me ni me kunu ye pamade saa de aye pam no se ukura sika na beto steve bebebe ubeto ahoma bebrebe ubeto steve bebebe any materials pia ema production cost no come from umfaso dos say uye abayiwa upese osun adwuma into here sika women's bank ni e wo homa e chese see everything women it is our bank dey ba ema ho ato pa
umfidia wo de be ye wadwuma sanya mani nyina bank
it is going to provide decent jobs for women ebio sa bank yes e be fa ni pay hu say ema bebrebe nya adwuma aye na oba Georgina wo de na ko Kivas where we become now what's na fie 7 years no ene obenya adwuma wo women's bank na ye e ba sa e bia nka bank for be fa no bank na be fa no oba be ma no so benya ho akose enti it's going to create formal jobs also because bank e betete in Ghana ha nyina e ma benya adwuma ye apart from bosia na e benya afi ho aye adwuma no formal work na nkasa nso e benya bia ye na uma mema no a create space ama e ma mema no so spaces anka ma no be kwa akohyehe enti sa bank yi de me ka de say ade bia e ma nya no mema nya ho mfaso enti me fa de say e ma e benya saa ne o mai na be create avenue ama mema so akohye ba bia anka ma be hye enti it's good for men it's good for women just say ma ye ni.
Thank you very much. Makaisi so say besia bank yi de be ma nyina na be ye Who see who never see who kakrebi. Na chemimu te wansani yebeko no. Chemumu you can say collateral kofa dying krata bra man no Ghana ma me momunye bi. Nti no what would this women's bank do?
Ne wo mo be ye ne yenim se nyame ye yadom na January you take over na we no we eye edaye so former president Mahama call round no waso na ebesi puno so pa no won so de waka no obeye obi eni se wonya wo meka na we ya daye so aba eya de a wabo ntrimpo so obeye de amamba enti se nyame ya adom na oba na sabu bank ebua bosia ene ade de mamba no eno de very flexible yet say drew one what is proposal no ba na ye policy at least wait to me ama up to be at 10 million na what the ama ejina ade what they kwaye e bi kra bet to me ama
10,000 100 million 100,000 50,000 abraye nye ejinamu bia
na interest so kakra bi because one share ye na hyper interest na ebe wi ase ekra na adwuma wo de kwa went to me anye na ayeka na afa ye betwetwe na adwuma no so went to me anye sika went to me anti wo pese eye flexible mama
me a oton kusua wo cha station wa ton kusua hwe mi school a sa cheme wo bosia na hunsi wa kese no ni nyina ebetwam
okọ bank ho de na wo ye oba no wo kire sampa meton kusua anampo afa na me be start aton no approve a man.
Honorable, meba ho for your final comments. But before your final comments, me person presentation no, which me bibi kakra. Bang ya ye kan wasem. We be bedwen say, oh president Mahama person create ade bia or mind bia anye bi. So educate us or slice no na me hwe bibi offer. So we ko wanim kakra educate yen. Ko wanim no, the other way. Good. Ko wanim em say ko biem kan ho. Good. Me question any. Ye women's bank e wo amama bi so te say the president Mahama ya na fa ye fam kakra bi ansa na ya wrap up
the era Mahama ye ebi wo amama bebre so se wo hwe ye nuanom Nigeria fo ya omo de ye ne oma jollof no e ho komo no na ye di omo wo jollof omo wo women's bank ye ni bi nti Nigeria chiri ha bi wo ho America enya sa women's bank 1975 no di afi ba akope abesine yenye bi nti de yewura Mahama peso ye e ade a ye ka say international best practice e ade a e koso America for kra wo bi ye nua Nigeria ha obi nti maka Western world me catch women's industrial bank ne wa ha Nigeria he ya e na first women's bank ne so e wo United States of America
so em say wo bi kra kan ho
bebre kwa se me ka say Finland wo bi women's banko and so ebi wo Colombia oba amalgamated bank and also United States wa enti bank de Nigeria and so Nigeria wa eboa ma bosiabo e ma sika sem interest rate kakra bi on bibia fine enti de era Mahama ye no international best practice oba abrochimam oba ye ntem ha ya ba bia wo ho ye na yakam a ye nyanya bia era Mahama adwumawura president ayehwe nanim ohwe se obeboa ma e wo Ghana na yesoso yenye bi
na producer obi hwe me obi o se ye kasa no dodo na ayetwi kasa wonte ase enti ye mami Jane Professor Jane opoku agema tape no monya ne ready mame ewie pe ye bebo sa tape na nsa na the lest we forget no aba na honorable Elizabeth Ofosu Ajare Ghana fu nyine tie me ye sure se nyema ni ada ho makansi hu a bangi e ma besen a omo beje mo se kitikiti bi collateral no so mo se bank ne be ma besia kese kra ye ngibi mo aka se eye manko an be ye mu adwuma e manko an be nya besia mo di nchiremu ni nyina aba obi hwe o ye oba e bia fe ne wa wie school ana o ye oba bunu ana o ye maame mo o mani afi bi kan bibi kire no about kwan ye was of so to aba in the upcoming 7 December 2024 elections.
Ghana ma monya aso na muntie bi media sem de free yera excellency John Dramani Mahama ho ebrem oye obia ye nyina ye be so nasene na 2025 wabe president amaye na de ntia me kasa ne se owura yi no de bank eba ama manko a e manko de be mu adwuma na de wo mu ne se eye bank bi a wo pay loan na obenya ni kakra bi sesi a unye kona bra enhwehwe mu ama ye hu se emma e ana ye ni collateral ho na so so ye nya sika na mse ye pay adwumanti ye betimi dia ye adwuma ahwe ye kununum ene ye mma ehu nsi hu kitwa bi enti afi 2024 sa wo ko no akoto aba Ghana ba atie me enhwe political party bia enye de wu utumu de be boa ma Ghana etumpon de be boa mo wetimi ahwe wo ma de be boa ma ye di aba ene excellency John Dramani Mahama sani pay odwen ma ho hwe de oye ma o se obi be hu ma ente se ma nko a wetimi yi ni running mate oba Professor Nana Jane enti nadaroma ye benya first oba vice president of Ghana for de be bio na president Mahama onye maye na ye hu se odoye de wa ye efe mumma ye nyina ye ayeye ebe yi ni nyina ne se ade 7 December obia obebia be sanlai akoto na ba ma no na de nti amema ebe boye chidom ato abane bia ma ne se ema ye hoto ya emema hoto mo kra ema ye hoto ya ye madi enti 2024 7 December abato edie ukwa nhwehwe obia hwechi ye no ye wura ni onyamfo Mahama oho to ba no na Ghana ye mfa into mapemfra medamas.
Wow, I was here Krogumi. I think we see as you penny barrier na give us your last word or baby to you. Dear message na woman.
So me da say. My last word ne say. Mpenimfo say obi ani wo bekasa fo asampa kwa ho a. Na asampa so a ehwiam no etia. Saa na mpenimfo aka me atie. Ade a ye de aboa ma. Na so say President Mahama and NDC amma bank ye binni Ghana ma bank binni Ghana emma if you say one a ye ne die so na ye ne trimopo so obeye enti de ye kan say emma we should embrace this laudable idea because it ends up opening avenues for women ebema emma ye die akosoro no President Mahama wanye selfish. He has been very generous and very, very accommodating for women. Inti maso so ne ye be ya ma wetumi aba ama bank naba and they say drew wa nyame ya adoma beto aba e de ama na wetumi aba abaya no policy wedi ka say bibia ye ema ye die ho no se nyame ya adom ne enwini a what the sectors in what the best Professor Nana Jane, vice president, no, the office, ama, where your bano, what no washe. And man, yes, here kindness and me come home. President Mahama, Sabio, Sawofa or no, ne mammy ni ho, ne papa ni ho. Wofa wadin in the adam, ne yere or ba palo de na Mahama. And so then the bush for any. Obi Obey Mahama. Ghana, about 33 million in population. One massive for no kabomwa, 1 million. But 33 million, no. A maya 51% woman, and no one to know this other so yaba. Into yay and mano, say yay kai, because a car near Mahama, ne yere, Nabusia for. Na Jane, one mo bedia, one mo yen 200,000. And ka one chini na walk Women's Bank aba boa e ma ye de. Nti esa ye ne ye de ne to. Ye de to no so ne e bo mpaya ma no. Sa na da so no papa yi. Nyame be boa mo waba na wabeye. If you say sa wamba e ma bank yi emba. E no waba so a waba selflessly e ma e bank. Wutumi nante adwa hwe makoi mame me kwa bank na makodi me kwa mobi aba obi ba to mame na first kanto wo do bank ya na what stress sika no wo je akoye bibi ampa ye de be ma no emu gokra sane ma endi yawo ewe yemu na ye be hu ne se yeso ye ka ho
onyame hwam honorable nyame hwam enti enuano mo ma Ghana fo a mo hwe ye free chichi ne benche nsempe fa Women's Development Bank no enu bi na mati ye be koso wa chichiremu ye ma me ni honorable mo beta aba me ya chichiremu mo questions bia ye be yano ye Mahama is the first politician in Ghana's history wada me nyame aso ne da ye pa amana kai ma wafa oba as the running meter ye ne mwa Ghana so ye benyo oba as the first vice president na ma so enye dibra esefata na nye se wo ye no nko akeke o san so the banga ba for ma umpewe na opede ben eni te hwe wasetirem hwe de wadwen wo hwe de wakai wo na to abapa on the 7th of December 2024 before and I'm say obi hwe me won titwi kasenti no until for next time I'll be back brofo no abo back brofo but yeah me akasa about this bank kan poto kasemiti producer boy no man ba near the less we forget no bro mu wieso amomfa maami bi a ye frɛ no akufu ado maami ne ya odie ne nsem bi odi atodwa no momfa video no so maami wa ne enti akufu ado maami kakra ye do bi ase stick with me. This is NDC 360. We'll be back to continue with lest we forget.
Women entrepreneurs must have access to capital for the entire sector to boost their businesses. And that is why we will actively pursue the establishment of a Women's Development Bank. To primarily nurture and grow women-owned, women-led businesses. Women must become millionaires too, shouldn't we? We must become millionaires too through hard work, as our men do. We do not need hands out. We need hands up. Women of Ghana are capable of managing that bank 100%. The bank must take care of small-scale businesses or tiny-scale businesses to give them credit. And I'm talking about those who are hawking or people whose businesses do not depend on huge capital. I envisage this board made up of trading associations and cooperatives, and all these fully represented and making serious decisions and being accountable to its members. And I into me. Hello, Wanye. And the world knows what we do with our resources when women prosper. We hardly leave our children behind. We hardly leave the wider families, including the men, behind. There is better stability at home. There's better peace at home. Most will demand less chop money, so the girls should clap for us. And you know that all these add up to make a nation at peace with itself. Surely this is what Kwejiru Aggrey must have observed when he made his famous statement about the far-reaching effects of the education of women. Thank you very, very much. And distinguished ladies and gentlemen, if anyone has any doubt, just remember a lady called Esther Oklu. What brilliance, what innovation, what display of entrepreneurship. She showed the way. Let's revive that dream and hope and actions of our hero and heroine entrepreneurs as models.
So me dia masewa me wodo me market ya me pa cho me pese me ka kire Nana Akufo-Addo say yen ma na ye kofa oye wo Togo no first no na mahama wo so no na o ma ye duty ne de anwane ba 12 cedis ne se ono no sa anwa gallon yen duty 2 million se kura do so o me yan tworo nyanto pase anwa gallon no mo fa no ho ahe mo de babeton wa ha ahe ena mo tua ho duty 200 Ghana cedis me wa receipt bebre wo ha 12 cedis metimi ayi aba by say o si 2 million me am to me kan anwa ya seize wo aflawa border ya seize man wa 500 me wo ho papers 500 and bramba cho oh ada what said na
Hey, 500 yen.
500 pieces.
Pieces saying.
Gallon no, baku 500. Oma fawo, ba o si anwa no me amfa me pese me bisa nanado ne ba o mi ase. Anwa na o mu sizi ye no. Omo so omo me amfa no. Oma hye nana so oma ye ne dan. Me pese me hu anwa no me ko ye ne ani ho. Enti no omo ye ne dan. Na me makwaji low na maji manwa baku 500. Ubisa obi a wa ha ye frɛ me nanado maame. By a feed, yes, but to a body, Mimi Cromotina made the toman no was seizing man one. Seco Cromotieno. A bachelor, dear Metuaman. Why? Obiani, me made the Nanado man, Yasama Mika, you want me people to me, baby, me a strong one people who be so Obiani me. And to me, be Sami Bisan and Nado Neba, me as a man one almost seasonal. Away, almost an answer or my here.
500 pieces. Baku 500 hanum.
Aye, me to baku 4 million or who see and you do to 200 cities.
W do to no yen baku be aswana.
Aye, baku be
I want to go on 400. Oh, ya who do to 200. Oh, baku be a home. Who ya was on their facadia ba.
See me pesa me bisane say manwa. O misa custom for say ada so mbeye duty ni makwaje manwa. Say manwa 500 dey me mfa nche wo.
Okọ ho a wo mo agi anwa ne si ho no. Oko ha ko busa asa anwa no we no o mu kan sen ne kire o
me kwa ye no mo si anwa no o ma season
ba wan fo wani anhu ba bi anwa no gu
bi anhu ba ko a ba next day me san kwa ye no na to create a load anwa no
da bi nya to boase wo mu season anwa no e ka tro so o ma season ade a chin ya wo ko ye no
afla ho bie mu no na to create a kasia besi ho a e load anwa no.
Entebusiafo nanado maame na mote ne nka no before that mote Ghana NDC ya maame a obo ya papa John Dramani Mahama Chidom Professor Nana Jelu Opokuajeman enka on the Women's Development Bank. The nanado maame kan na emede o se mi kokrubuti mi hwe masetina mi hwe madwuma aben ya ba begu no na me de ato aba. If it's a same way, you betimi afamu aba. Na ye ka se ye wo meto party bi mu nti ehwa na meto ma aba kono ma egu no. Udwen ho a wonti ase. Eno nti producer bo antem na ma mehwe wasetinam na to aba pa. You will see me by the touch screen bringing you lest we forget. The anthem hwe wasetinam na to aba pa. On my addition, if I drew swing near Faith Chateau, the less we forget segments. And dear near Kakaya home, na ye renfi. Ye Kakaya wafa, you were John Dramani Mahama. Tikasia daso da yepa. Nen shisha ni nyuma pa. Emra ye mana kwenya se oni o maisu as ye man pinyi or ye demaye. We are not just talking about amamua enko ye any katashene proya ekoso. She said, yeah, under moment of truth. Ma wankaza wu chrono fita but we mean in a bush for the boy. We are also not just talking about in Shisha ye woma or manfo. We are telling you say you can trust John Mahama because he has a proven track record. Why ye be da and intibit me agenedi. And I heard ye share aeroplanes and the airport once a Brunisi aviation sector. And then Ura Mahama a betina kunyaso ye busia. Yera Mahama betina konya so penu hu se Ghana betime tumpo ama Ghana fa no ntuma pefra e wasa Ghana ye airport e wa ha no ye nya bika ho na de wo dada no so ye siesie no ma ne be ye kra behwe na eno na nche ne Yera Mahama e ye nhyehyeye se obema Ghana ay aviation hub in the whole of West Africa je se bibrema toye ha Ghana be yo man a e ba airport so a ye be wo na kese pa edimu a obi etu kwankwa abrocho be fa Ghana eno na di mpuntu ye yo eni adwuma ba oman bia mu de na esi na ni so no na de oyeye no ɔmanpanyin bia ni wa bɛdi Ghana so a wayɛ bi da yes we are behu dinti amekasa. And what did President Mahama do? Di kind or your project your friend of Terminal 3 I work Kutuka International Airport for far a processing over 5 million passengers afibia or the $250 million na ye Ghana Airport Company and also one asene sika was a Ghana Airport Company de ma aban and the ujai mo say omunfa no munya hode omunya sika omitumi dia yes ade we nti aban ka prenim John Mahama tikese edaso da yepa. That visionary leader ensured that Ghana Airport Company and aban yuguno no na abreso etimi si Terminal 3 $250 million project, and this airport is by far the best airport in the whole of West Africa. Asho mine ni munyam ama nipa bebre adwuma pem na di sika kese ebre omeye. Nti we hear evidence na any March 2nd, 2016, Mahama Turkish leader cut sword for Terminal 3 project. This is when President Mahama dia so bo form say you see Terminal 3 a ene ama Ghana dimpa ama adwuma buso emo man Ghana sika na ama Ghana so yeso ye din ahyeta ama no nyina. Awusiafo anya no nko a President Mahama ye Terminal 3 wie no ena o say Terminal 2 first now when a international airport I fa woko abuchiri no say ho ena ye befa for local or domestic flights okota krade okukumase okota male okowa okohu obefa hin Terminal 2 nti Terminal 2 no so yewra Mahama de sika ko shemu epeja no ma ne be ye krabehwe ena odu Terminal 2 ametimi aka kire say amama ya kese e wo abibre mu ha bebre wo ho a their international airport cannot and does not match up to Terminal 2 la a domestic airport because of rehabilitation. John Mahama mfonyi ni bi na wuhu no bibia wo ha baggage claim or any all the checkpoints are Yura Mahama Terminal 2 enya no nko Tamale Airport Yura Mahama and I'm so what cement who say yenu anu nkramufu adodo na wo srema mentifi say afibia omoko Mecca for Hajj. One of the pillars of Islam. Omo bre. I just omo bankai. No mo damontin. No mo bre. Ne de keka ho. Ewra Mahama da dream who did say no. Yen sies ye Tamale Airport ne me international airport. Na plane entering to free Tamale enko Mecca Street into a Tamale Airport Phase 1 project. Ehwa dance here no. Ewa ha. $100 million sika kese ye pa no de ye fuge nua no mo a omo northern region. We hear story we are graphic online aban newspaper omu nitro. Tamale Airport comes alive with inauguration of first phase of expansion project August 20th 2016. This is the time President Mahama koma ye BA airport now plane too free hosadano from Tamale to Mecca. That is the visionary leader we are selling to you. This is the visionary leader we are calling on you to vote for. Now, this is the whole airport. Medika ka hwasem. Yewra Mahama who say ye hu betimi atoya. O men yi betimi atumpo a regions ni bibre wo ho a ukọ ho a kwan ne wa. Ufin kran ekọ voter region. Ukọ ho the capital of voter region. Utimi di 3 to 4 hours wo kwan so because of traffic. Emu accidents. Obi ko ye adwuma na traffic a delay no. Ukọ yi fa ho na wanyan hwe ya na wa wukwa. Papa say we see airport ama yenu anom e voter region or the $25 million picture no any kona ko airport President Mahama esi ya hu bedwire but adwenboni nti uraba wo mi ane akufu ado say voter region for to abama NDC omo nto man PP nti no airport way for 7.5 years aban na jesi wa yenyusu na eso manfaso bia. We can run this airport for the Omayeno to get revenue, money. Yet ya your men ama nipa ho atomo. But voter region for nto aba ema kufu aduntino. Airport ni si won say so ye de Ghana sika na aye. President Mahama wa anya sa. Ene ko hwede wa hwe no. MPP for stronghold. Ewo Kumase, Ashanti region. KGTia, Dwakese, Siwa Hospital, Konongo, Fomena, projects akese, Dwakese a wode ko. Even though they don't vote for him, Aden and Aban with the Abroni BEC and the Chichiromai. How can Ghana develop under these nation records? Now, this is the story. You can check Ghana Business News when President Mahama commissioned who airporter Bibia, all the facts, everything is here. Now, in the Hana, me focus war Kumasi International Airport. Because now what you tell me, Muze o Mampenye Kufuado Kohose or Kwa commission phase 2 of the project. MPP for Changontompo Bebre on social media. So, airport no na aye into my idea. Me can hana mesi studia, se ni na yon kontompo. Ubia catch was a president Kufuado neba wumia na aye airport Kumasi si omuhu. Na me 2 million na machile Kumasi Airport Project 2014 and a year Mahama a phase 1 of the project. Dear no ye or 3 runway nimu adding Kenya special your friend aeronautical lighting systems as a share from a new landing systems Kumasi Airport. Send a plane bet near 12 few Kumasi anajo na plane tinye si Kumasi anajo until this na plane tinye Kumasi anajo untie me ye Yura Mahama, that visionary leader, and I'm so through phase 1 of the project, 2014, ufiti asiye, ye, and the map plane, me 2, if free Kumasi anajo, ebawa anajo. Now, Obibeka say, where is the evidence? When President Mahama was commissioning phase 1 of the project, and a picture no, and a dahono, one abrofono. These are Brazilians who run a company called Contractor. Now, Osha Manjo online story dated 16 December 2014. I don't see any here. Or say Mahama Asante Hene commission refurbished Kumasi airports. And everything is here. I'll later play a video to you. Now we come to phase 2. The phase 1, no, the President Mahama, the aeronautical lights, the landing systems, it's in my plane, it to free Kumasi anajo, there's also see one anajo. Every international airport must have that. But we no say it was say terminal na I want to wutu kwan a wo be fa no. Yes anso pagem na nya animunyam na etimi e be proper international airport. And on the 24th of October 2016, you can only get this on NDC 360. 24th October 2016. Where a executive approval President John Mahama a give you to phase 2 of Kumasi Airport. Executive approval for the development of the Kumasi International Airport. Okaya, or say His Excellency the President has granted you executive approval for the following: a buyer credit facility. Besia ye de kwa project no we 65 million euros e bida so. Ba kwa 7.7 million euros e bida so. And the commercial contracts ni nyina ehun asem tax exemptions for that airport na abai no kubie and President Mahama gave the executive approval. We are in a cabinet, in paying for ministers on your mubu or minor. So they ratified it on the 10th of November 2016. I tell you again, you can only get this on NDC 360, where we serve you the truth and nothing but the truth. And the cabinet at a special meeting held on Thursday, 10th November 2016, considered above mentioned memorandum jointly submitted by the Deputy Minister for Finance and Minister for Transport. And the cabinet endorsed the executive approval earlier granted for the ratification by Parliament. President Mahama Nejitum Eshesheye, the cabinet Ejitum, 10th November 2016. Now, on 31st October 2016, and a Parliament, when John Mahama was president, October 2016, Parliament approved loan, say 7.7 million euros. And what dance here way, 31st October 2016. Letter a free Parliament, or the assigned letter no clerk to Parliament, Emmanuel Animadu. The number 70 was a Parliament at its 14th sitting of the 3rd meeting held on Monday, 31st October 2016, approved by resolution the tied commercial loan agreement at Kumasi Airport. All the things Parliament approved on 31st October 2016 are listed in this letter. ABM agreement contractor are buying any Brazil for no one and AC Gakesia. KJT Kumasi President Mahama ne kofo omoba o my Ghana mu and also the airport ne ma wo no omo contracts so Parliament approved no 3rd November 2016 and also so Bibeka says Sammy Gyamfi wadanse we wadanse na etwagu no 3rd November 2016. This is a letter from Parliament Service. It is addressed to the Honorable Minister, Ministry of Finance. When the sign letter no Emmanuel Animadu, clerk of Parliament, clerk to Parliament, or say Parliament at the 17th sitting of the 3rd meeting held on Thursday, 3rd November 2016, approved by resolution the commercial contract agreement between the government of the Republic of Ghana and contractor. Enti nokre trodo Kumasi Airport, both phase 1. Etima plane ko Kumasi anajo, etufi wa anajo, President Mahama na ye material evidence. Phase 2, ye terminal kese na yesi a ewunfonyi media kyerɛw no, President Mahama na jipe ehusika ona ye bibia. Empo or the asobo form ansa na woko. President Mahama cast tape for second phase of Kumasi Airport. 6 December 2016, or the day before, which is 5th December, graphic online you can check. Now, President Mahama cut a sword no, or can send me 2 minutes per. Mame Monchra, who be who about Kumasi Airport history, what offer phase 1 of the project or any phase 2, and to produce a video in my yaba penny they are no AC.
On 15th December 2015, I was here together with Otufo to commission the improvements we had made to the Kumasi Airport. We had resurfaced the runway, we had put in new runway lights, and we had also installed navigational aids to guide aircrafts into the airport at day or night. That improvement we did to Kumasi Airport has improved its pleasantness in respect of passenger use, because now passengers can fly in and out of Kumasi both at day and at night. Today there's a night flight that has become very favorite to a lot of passengers because they're able to fly to Accra in the morning or fly from Accra to Kumasi in the morning, transact their business or attend social functions, and then they catch the last flight back to Accra or back to Kumasi. And so today we are here again for another shortcutting, the phase 2 of the expansion of the Kumasi International Airport. Now this phase 2 will involve the construction of a new terminal building. Kumasi Airport keeps expanding in terms of traffic numbers, and so the current terminal building has outlived its usefulness. And so a new terminal building is going to be constructed. And if you look up at that sign post up there, you will see what that new terminal building is going to look like. The new terminal building would provide improved facilities for passengers traveling in and out of Kumasi. It will have a business lounge that will provide comfort to business passengers. It will also have a VIP lounge. It will have retail shops and many other facilities that modern airports have.
This is a program, of course, on the 5th of December 2016. On Fenchrenum. Or Bobosia, now on Chairman Nuano, no. Or the Yimpun to Numa, a Wawa will be a hoopy. Into your ne, Utimi Bankai, now sounds so cool, Kumasi Abra Ufufu say, Ekoyawa de Pebia, Kaiser John Mahama Naye, Tamale, who all these airports, there is no precedent when it comes to aviation, say airports are, why yet the President Mahama Ayeni bid. And that is why we must give him another opportunity to govern this country. Maybe I'm going to read your message very quickly. Daniel Ishon say, JDM, come and rescue Ghana. The economy of Ghana is unbearable. JDM, hope of Ghana, come and save us. Krum Ayeshe. Then Anna Belson, say, we are resolute to mobilize our collective efforts to see His Excellency John Dramani Mahama sworn into office come 7 January 2025. Mumami next, Mumami Binkao. Renis Brimer, most multinational companies in Ghana today are relocating to other countries, and yet they tell us the economy is bouncing back. God save Ghana. MPP for no muti on send messages NDC should turn that devilish expensive hole created by the Ufuina. There be way they are no shit to be kind. Me sure say or can't cathedral no one. And I have a surprise for you on the 3rd edition. Let's go to the next one. So will NDC prosecute these individuals? The answer is yes. Professor Nana Jeno Pukwajima or say it is not a threat, it's a solemn promise we are making to the people of this country. Now they are Ghana for you, but we are own to mean prosecute a Kufuado. Or who made our prosecute driver that. So if you want accountability and prosecution, vote for change. System not to Abanema John Mahama. This MPP government closed down most Ghanaian indigenous banks, rendering a lot of Ghanaian unemployed. That is true. Randolph say, instead of to explain your policies to the good people of Ghana, you are here making the usual non-fa. Randolph, you know what Women's Development Bank wants, and you can go back and watch it. But Liar will finish Ghana if he gets the mandate. We must stop him. The visionary leader, Nene Gaddafi, the mechanic charity lobby, Nene Gaddafi so say, the visionary leader, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, will surely rescue Ghanaians from these economic hardships. Lawal Damba Sr., as His Excellency JDM, is a generational and progressive thinker. That is a fact. Every developing country needs somebody like JM. He, JDM, Ghana yearns for more of you. On that note, follow NDC 360 pages, YouTube, Facebook, and X. Send any announcements you want to me. You may repeating Adum TV Friday if you 8 to 10. Kesbin TD 8 to 10. Kwesieda. TV XYZ Edgewater 9 to 11. Loud Silence TV Henry Kevin Taylor obe repeat Jumedie Memenda any Kwesieda at the time ni na bebremo. Wezo TV be the same thing Kwesieda 4 p.m. Angel TV will repeat this program. The whole Ghana will have a lot of stations repeating this. And if you follow us on YouTube and Facebook, and you can even watch the SF. So, my name is Sammy Gyamfi. Meyamosomfo Achiami Hinema NDC Amanyoko. I made this second edition of NDC 360 Ebreo. Meaning say you've learned something, and this may inform the choice you will make come 7 December 2024. Now what you say, Shiami Beam for the third edition of NDC 360. Onyamisha Ubia.